In February of 1912, a 6-year-old boy sat inside the Forbidden City. He was the Emperor of China, or at least he had been. His name was Pui for centuries. Chinese emperors had ruled from behind these walls. Dynasties had risen and fallen. Armies had crossed the Great Wall. But now, the end of imperial China was reduced to something strangely quiet. There was no great final battle, no burning palace. Instead, there was a document and a child. With the abdication of Pui, the Qing dynasty ended 268 years of rule. But to understand how this happened, we have to travel backward more than 3 centuries to the forests of Manchuria. The people living there were divided among competing clans. They traded furs, horses, and ginseng with the Ming dynasty to the south. And among the Manchu clans, one young leader began quietly building something new. His name was Narachi. His greatest innovation was not simply military, he reorganized society itself. His followers were placed into units known as the 8 Banners. In 1616, he declared the later Qin dynasty. Then, in 1618, he formally declared his grievances against the Ming. The war had begun. His son Hong Taiji inherited the state. He understood that if they wanted to rule China, they needed institutions capable of governing Chinese people. And in 1636, he officially proclaimed the Qing dynasty. The new dynasty had a name, an army, and a bureaucracy. The opportunity came in 1644. But the Ming dynasty did not simply lose China to the Qing. It collapsed from within. The capital fell. The last Ming emperor died by suicide. For a brief moment, it seemed a rebel leader might become the new ruler. But at the Great Wall, everything changed. A Ming general named Wu Sangui chose to ask the Qing for help. Qing forces crossed the Great Wall. The rebels were defeated. And in the summer of 1644, the Qing entered Beijing. The young Shunzi emperor was placed on the throne. The Qing had arrived, but conquering China was only the beginning. The new rulers also demanded visible signs of submission. One of the most controversial was the Q hairstyle. They kept much of the existing administrative system. They continued the civil service examinations and employed Chinese officials. Then came Kangxi under him. The Qing state became stronger and more stable. He personally traveled through parts of the empire. He studied mathematics and astronomy, worked with Jesuit scholars, and dealt with rebellion and frontier wars. And then came Qianlong during his reign. Qing territory reached its greatest extent. The empire expanded deep into Central Asia. The Qing appeared powerful, wealthy, and secure. From the outside, it looked like the dynasty had reached its peak. But great empires rarely collapse at the moment they look weakest. Sometimes the first signs appear at the height of success. China's population expanded enormously during the 18th century. More people meant more pressure on farmland and resources. To correct the trade imbalance, British merchants relied on opium. The Qing government attempted to stop the trade. In 1839, Commissioner Lin Zhaxu destroyed large quantities of opium. Britain responded with military force. The First Opium War had begun. British steam-powered ships and modern artillery could strike along the coast and move inland. China was defeated. Inside China, enormous rebellions erupted. The most devastating was the Taiping movement, which captured Nanjing in 1853. After the disasters of the 19th century, Qing leaders tried to modernize. They built arsenals, shipyards, and railways. In 1894, China and Japan went to war. The Qing's modern Beiyang fleet was defeated. The result shocked the nation. In 1900, another crisis arrived. The Boxer movement spread. Cixi eventually supported the movement and declared war on foreign powers. An international expedition entered Beijing. The Qing court fled. The settlement that followed further weakened the empire. In October 1911, an uprising began in Wuchang province after province declared independence. The dynasty simply began coming apart. And so, in February 1912, the final emperor, a 6-year-old boy named Pui, became the last emperor. The Qing dynasty was over. The imperial system that had survived for more than 2,000 years was gone. The ending was almost silent. A document, a seal, a child. So tonight, let the palace become quiet. Let the banners disappear into the darkness. The Qing dynasty is gone, but its story remains. Good night, and let history keep until morning.